Money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant. I would like to request Pranavesh sir to add his input on this quote.
Yeah, money. So actually, when I always say money is a funny monkey. Uh, if you chase it, it will keep eluding you. That is how it is. So wealth is something that you need to always create and save it off.
The Battle of Great Mind is brainchild initiative by L&D Global Mumbai and Connect Talks. It is the second season which has a thought process of mentoring the youth millennials and bring out the best talent in the society. We have an amazing panel of mentors with us today. Priya Mishra ma'am, Avni Bhatnagar ma'am, Sonu Bajaj sir, Pradeep Pardesi sir and Kamal Jeswani sir. Now, let us meet a great manager, mentor, teacher and guide.
Person inspiring us every day, every minute. Our captain, Mr. Pranavesh Shenoy, the chapter director of L&D Global Mumbai. Now, I would like to ask Kamal sir, the genre mentor, his views about this presentation.
I think it has been improving with each presentation, with each team. So here, the third team, the way it started, it was like as if I'm the voice modulation and the beginning was, I would say, half done. Okay, it really started very in a very powerful way, and as if like because I attend a lot of conferences like Morning Star conference and all, so I felt like I was attending that conference and I was listening to the professional speaker over there. So that was a really good thing. And then the next part came in was the Hindi language. Okay, I felt connected. Why? Because in India, if you are talking about money, you need to also use the language which most of the people speak. And I have seen in very professional conferences or on mutual funds or LIC or anything, I've seen that they use Hindi more often. So again, that was a refreshing thing coming in this today's session. Apart from that, the topic, the way they selected, I think this is the thing which would be required by most of the people. So this is the first topic was more about the economy part. Okay, so they spoke about the agriculture, but then the common people would not be able to connect to that. But the third PPT which was there, so that was something where every common person would like to connect and would like to understand if they want to be in. So, so the choice of topic, the flow, the voice modulation, entire thing was very good. I really loved it. And yeah, the improvement area, again, as I said in the earlier PPT, if we can reduce the text. But then since people are not aware, so maybe from next time onward, whenever they go for a presentation, because one is what you see on a PDF file. Okay, so when you are reading a PDF file where they have converted a PPT into a PDF and you are reading through, there if you have more text, because anyway you are reading. But when you are presenting, so that time you do not want people to be reading a lot on the screen. So that is the only improvement area which I could think of right now. Thank you.
Participants, if you can say something, how did you liked and what was your today's experience on this call?
Yes, I'd like to say something.
Sure, go ahead.
Sure. So, yeah, this is a very vast topic, and we are really novices in this field of finance. So we wanted to choose a topic where everyone knows about it, at least thoda thoda. So when we choose कि क्यों ना technology को भी इसमें ही incorporate कर दिया जाए, because that is up and coming for everyone.
So yeah, and a lot of effort and research went into this. I can surely say that from all 5 of us.
Okay. So if you say, okay, I will give my feedback later at this stage. Okay, no worries. Yeah, Ishan, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So last time I didn't do up to my expectations. So I was very much fast as ma'am rightly stopped me and told me. So this time I worked on my speed. That's the main thing which I tried to improve from my side. This time speed was my main concern to handle. The 170 words per second wala rule, per minute wala rule.
Wow. Avni, that really worked, huh, Avni? Amazing. Again, if you can reduce a bit more, I would rather say that will really work on while you deliver something.
Yes, sir, surely. Thank you so much.
What so generally rate of speech should be not more than 100 110. So 80 to 120 is ideal rate of speech. Avni, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so 80 to 120 is what an ideal rate of speech should be. 170 is still far better. So let's say, for example, I'll give you 170 ka speed. My name is Pranav. I'm working with some organization and stuff like. So this is 170, which samne wala couldn't understand anything. So what I am speaking right now is my words clarity, my intonation, my stressing on some words, articulation, my body movement go hand in hand. So that's where you bring in a lot of efforts with the clarity. So while you speak with the rate of speech of 80 and 100, there you go with your perfect body language, perfect articulation, perfect clarity of voice is being portrayed in front of you. That is how it is. So भावना एक ही है, सामने वाले को समझ में आ जाए ना काफी है. बाकी तुम उर्दू
Pranav,
बोलो, बाकी तुम हिंदी बोलो, बाकी तुम कुछ भी बोलो, बट सामने वाले को जितना समझ में आ जाए कोई गम नहीं.
yeah, so Pranav, can I add something over here?
Go ahead, Kamal.
Yeah. So I remember my own experience. I used to speak so fast that even my family members were sometimes unable to understand me. So they used to ask, "What did you say?" So I had to reduce the speed. And so the feedback about the rate of speech, I think that is an excellent feedback which your team has given him, because that can take him a long way. Like today, I am a public speaker. I speak at various platforms, and people are able to understand me. So the only change which I have brought in myself is the rate of speech. So I think your team is doing a great job by giving the right feedback to everyone. Great.
Thank you. Pradeep, would you like to add something?
Yes, few things that I have in mind. First thing is, I think it was Deepa who was speaking about future of digital technology that should, which included artificial intelligence and all those things. And you went on to blockchain. Am I correct, Deepa?
No, sir, it was me. My name is Anjali.
Oh, sorry. So I think the three aspects you included fantastic. But I think humans should also have been a part of that future of technology, क्योंकि technology use कौन करेगा? The improvements and improvements should be done as we humans should educate ourselves. That should be a point, don't you think so?
Exactly what, sir, about humans?
Yeah. आपने जो एक टॉपिक मतलब जो स्लाइड था फ्यूचर ऑफ डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी उसमें ह्यूमन एस्पेक्ट को भी इंक्लूड करना चाहिए था. आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग
सर ह्यूमन एस्पेक्ट यानी एग्जैक्टली क्या मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ.
जैसे कि एग्जांपल ये अगर हम लोग टेक सेवी नहीं होंगे इफ यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड जो रिस्क में आपने कवर किया. आई थिंक रिस्क वाज स्पोकन रिस्क में थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो गया. रिस्क का जो सॉल्यूशन है that could be human ignorance included in the future of technology, that if we human do not upgrade as per the technology is getting upgraded, then that is again a bigger risk. So that should be a part of risk as well as the
future. Yes, human inclusivity.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, I can see that why that should have been a part.
Yeah. सेकेंड थिंग, एक चीज और था, रिस्क के बारे में तो आपने दीपा डिस्कशन किया, बट सोल्यूशन के बारे में आपने ज्यादा डिस्कशन नहीं किया उसमें. रिस्क है
Sir,
तो
can I speak? Okay. So when I was talking about the risk, now I actually gave one line about the solution as well. That is to educate people about these things, like financial literacy. The part that I covered that time, I said that there is need of people to understand the things themselves. Nobody will teach them if they don't want to learn it. That was my point.
yeah, that is the point, but उसमें आपने 2-3 और पॉइंट्स सेलेक्ट किए थे, where you spoke about risk, like hacking and all, और दूसरे भी 1-2 पॉइंट्स थे जो मैंने मिस कर रहा हूँ मैं अभी, बट उसका भी सोल्यूशन अगर होता तो it would have been much better.
We'll do it, sir. Thank you. I love
Okay.
this answer.
And one more thing, risk में एक बड़ा part है which I would like to tell you all, that is not a question. सबसे बड़ा risk technology का होता है concentration of power. Yeah, this is just for your information. Let me give you an example. आज सबसे बड़ी कंपनी जो सर्च इंजन में है सिर्फ एक ही है, and there is no second near to Google. Similarly, when you talk about social media, Facebook is the leading one. There's no second nearer to them. Yeah. So it is a concentration of power which should be avoided. Power जितना diverse होगा उतना competition बढ़ेगा, जितना concentrated होगा उतना monopoly ज़्यादा रहेगी. This is something simple and short, which is the bigger risk when it comes to technology and digital era. Yeah, that was from my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your feedback. Moving on, I would like to ask Priya ma'am to add her views on this presentation.
That was a wonderful point, Pradeep. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I was saying, I think all the mentors have pretty much covered the points out here. Having said that, I have time and again said, I think so, for most of the presentations, that when you are giving out a problem, it's a very good opportunity to give a solution at that particular time itself, So if you guys can actually, as Kamal sir rightly pointed out, you are pointing at a problem right now. So, if you can conclude with a solution over there, it will definitely add brownie points to you guys. Otherwise, overall, you guys were amazing. And again, the Hindi is like on point. Definitely, because I also spend most of my time in rural India. Language plays the most important role. लोगों को लगता है कि आप उनसे कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं, आप डायरेक्टली उनकी मदर टंग बोलते हैं ना, मदर टंग इज हिंदी फॉर अस, तो मदर टंग इसीलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि आपका कनेक्शन वैसा हो जाता है, ठीक है. सो यस, दैट इज आल्सो अ गुड टच एवरी टाइम. Having said that, if you guys can start using more images than infographics, and I don't know, a little more, realistic than just a demo. Is it making sense to you guys? Is it making sense?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Yeah, so instead of infographics, try to use more pictures and try to use, it will just add on to the reality, like, it will make it more real. It won't look like a demo piece. That's it. Otherwise, like always, you guys have been on point, and I really liked the way you guys delivered it this time. And I think so, rate of speech and everything was fine with you guys as far as I was concerned. Yet there is a little bit of confidence, jumping here and there, which will come only with time. So the more time you guys spend in front of that mirror or in front of your parents or friends, talking a lot more in the same language and the tone and the words, start upgrading your words even with your friends, the conversations, etc. Start upgrading, the sentences itself. We have a habit that with friends we try to, downgrade these things, but if you continue doing the same, you will upgrade, evolve them, as well as you'll realize next presentation will be more real than a little, like, you guys trying it out. It will be in smooth flow. That's the word I was looking for. It will be more flowing, that's about.
One more thing, may I add?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, who was managing the PPT? Ishan.
Me, yes, sir.
Just a question.
That
Why
was
was
one of my points.
Sorry,
uh,
I couldn't hear you, sir.
yeah, your PPT should have been in full screen, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We had a talk with it about talked about it with the director, and because there was an animation problem in between, so he permitted us to put it in the normal one.
Okay. ठीक है, ठीक है. That was the
प्रदीप एक्चुअली उनको क्या लगा था कि जब उन लोग रिहर्स कर रहे थे ना, दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम उनको ऐसा लगा कि रिहर्स में स्लाइड टाइमिंग लग गया. तो उनको ऐसा लगा कि वो स्लाइड टाइमिंग वजह से हमारा कहीं फ्लो आगे ना बढ़ जाए, इसलिए उन्होंने फिर वो स्लाइड शो ऑफ कर दिया. हमने रिहर्सल में निकालने की कोशिश भी कर ली थी, बट हमें कोई भी स्लाइड में टाइमिंग नजर नहीं आया.
मैं ग्रुप में एक स्टेप बताऊंगा. स्लाइड शो में एक ऑप्शन होता है सेटअप शो, उसमें यू कैन रिमूव द स्लाइड टाइमिंग.
Yes, sir.
Correct,
Surely,
correct,
sir.
correct. I know the slide timing का portion कहाँ पर हो सकता है, but then when we saw that slide timing, we couldn't find the slide timing on the slide. So which slide it was? जहाँ पर कहीं भी slide timing लगी नहीं थी. So then we said, okay, no problem. Let us go with the normal presentation this time.
Okay. ठीक है.
सर एक्चुअली स्लाइड टाइमिंग में नहीं था, जो हम लोग ने ट्रांजिशंस एंड एनिमेशंस डाले थे उसमें प्रॉब्लम.
स्लाइड शो टैब में जाके देखिए, आपको ऑप्शन मिलेगा सेटअप शो, वहां पे आपको ऑप्शन मिल जाएगा.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I will just add up here. Do you all know who is Pradeep Pardesi?
Yes.
Pradesi.
Okay, so he's a guy who is a Microsoft certified trainer. Okay, he is the master of Microsoft. So I can say I cannot say that he is the owner of Microsoft, but he is the master of Microsoft.
I would like to be Pranamesh one day.
Yes, कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. So ऐसा है. So I'll tell you, nobody in technology can beat Pradeep.
There are many.
Be it Excel, be it something, training मामले में प्रदीप की recommendations काफी जगह से जाती है. So I could go hand in hand with technology. And Kamal, what say? Am I resonating with that?
In fact, I completely second that point. So his name is like Pradeep Microsoft. His name is not Pradeep. So people know him by the name Pradeep Microsoft.
Pradeep Microsoft, not Pradeep Pardesi. So Microsoft का नाम आता सबसे पहले प्रदीप के पास जाते हैं हम लोग. So मेरे को भी कुछ लैपटॉप में इशू आता है, सबसे पहले प्रदीप को फोन जाता है.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Pradeep is a guy who will never say no for anything. He will just give you solution. He'll not even ask a question to you. So that is how he is towards his art. So he's a go-getter attitude kind of a guy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sonu,
one thing, I am not the only expert. You can come to my LinkedIn page. You can see a lot of people I follow who are much better than I do, or I am. So there are a lot of people.
We haven't come across anybody, Pradeep. Don't worry about it. It's okay. For us, mentor is Pradeep. Bas. Okay, so now you can go ahead for your feedback.
Yes, so I think I like the way the presentation was done. It was to the point. The context was very clearly displayed and mentioned, and the confidence has been very good with the people, and delivery was good. So overall, I like the presentation.
Thank you, sir. I would like to ask Avni ma'am to give her feedback now.
Thank you, Savita. I actually had a very different question, and maybe you could help me understand and learn, because my question comes more from a learning perspective. You have spoken about digital throughout, right? You also went to talk about blockchain and other elements which I am not very aware of. I've heard of them. Tell me something, when you're talking about digital completely, haven't you left out a lot of people, in fact, the majority of population who are so far away from digital? They're not even aware of you mentioned smart cards, etc. They're not even aware of how to use a basic ATM to withdraw cash. Forget net banking or banking through mobile apps, etc. Right? So what about this element? Because most of the population that we have, they're not very comfortable. In fact, they don't even know. They don't even know how to use a smartphone.
If I may, ma'am. Yes. So with your due permissions, madam, here I will submit that basically we are more about highlighting the digital aspect of the entire question, and herein including the people is our main goal. So it's not like it's based on the principle there hai andher nahi. So it's a dream which will come true in the years of the in the coming years. So like just like America progress, just like other countries progress, we are on the same track of progress, madam. Maybe the rate is slower than them, of course, but at least on the track of the same.
Okay. All right. Well, that is one of my main questions. Overall, I think it was very well. I really liked the confidence of the ladies here in the group. You were very very well. You presented it very nicely. Deepa, you had a very well balanced approach in the way you started and you went ahead and presented it, right? It was a very nice, very easy to hear and a very approachable, voice that you have. Not just voice, the way you present. So it is very, very good. Anjali, you come across as a very smart presenter, who can quickly, take on things and present them. There's just one thing that I noticed, maybe because it was your perspective, Anjali. When you were presenting the slide on future prospects, you mentioned I think. So I'm not too sure whether it was your perspective because you said I think, or was it your group perspective? So you could have used we think, or my group thinks, or all of us think. So we might want to be careful with that, unless it was your opinion. Uh, one last thing that I'd like to say is that since the ladies, you're doing a great job. I'd want, it will be good if you can help your other team members also, contribute in the same manner. I could definitely see a lot of improvement, Ronit. You were great today. Yes, you did a great job. Ishan,
Thank you,
yes,
ma'am.
everybody has been speaking about you. Yes, रोहित आपने बहुत अच्छे से बोला. आपको देख के मुझे एक ग्रुप है जो मुझे याद आता है जिसका पार्ट मैं अभी अभी बनी हूँ. उनकी जितनी भी ट्रेनिंग्स होती है, सेशंस होते हैं, जो भी लेक्चर्स वगैरह होते हैं, सब हिंदी में होते हैं और इतने इन्फ्लुएंशियल होते हैं. अभी रिसेंटली उन्होंने आशीष विद्यार्थी जैसे बड़े स्पीकर को, एक्टर को इनवाइट किया था बोलने के लिए, और आशीष विद्यार्थी जैसे एक्टर ने भी सिर्फ हिंदी में ही बात करी. वो बहुत अच्छा लगा सुन के. और जैसे कि और मेंटर्स ने ऑलरेडी बोला है कि अपनी मातृभाषा बहुत ज़रूरी है, उससे ज़्यादा आवश्यक कुछ नहीं है. सो जो आप बोलते हैं और उसका जो इफेक्ट होता है, उसका जो प्रभाव होता है, वो एक अलग होता है. बाकी सब इंग्लिश में बोल रहे हैं और आप वो जो हिंदी में बोलते हैं, उसका एक अलग ही प्रभाव होता है, राइट? तो आप जो कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, उसको करते रहिए. So all the best, everybody, and I think that's my share of feedback. Rest everything has been covered. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, judges, for valuable feedback.
Avni, can I answer your question? जो question
Yes,
आपने
please. Yes, please.
yeah.
बताइए.
So the answer to that question, which according to me is yes, there are good chunk of people who do not know how to operate a mobile. But ये जो problem है, as per the statistics, senior citizen में ज़्यादा देखा गया है. But when you talk about youth, I was reading the newspaper day before yesterday and I found कि कोरोना period में data utilization rural area में ज़्यादा हुआ है, city और urban areas में कम हुआ है comparatively. So people are learning, youth are learning, and after government policy like Digital India and UPI, Bhim UPI, and all those things, even senior citizens are shedding their fear of technology and they are adapting the technology. But again, having said that, there is a good chunk of people who still are not connected to this technology environment. But sooner, maybe this generation, after this generation, most of these fears and challenges will be overcome.
Sir, I may want to actually add to your point, if I can.
Yeah, Deepa, go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
Sir, I totally agree with your point, and it's like if I had some problems with this topic, so I actually consulted with my brothers and my family members, and I got to know that these people know about this thing, and my own grandfather is also learning to use the mobiles and everything else. So there is that encouragement in people to learn the technology. So I totally believe that we can actually. Thank you.
Uh, should I add something to it? Can I?
Mentors, please don't ask for permissions. You can please go ahead
Okay.
any point in time.
So the reason why I felt this presentation was very relevant, because when we talk about India as a country and the financial inclusion segment, wherein there is a big gap right now, right? And that gap can be covered with the technology integration and adaptation, right? So that is where this gap can be covered. So I personally felt bringing technology to this topic or to the context was very well placed, and it is the need of the movement. That was the reason I thought, okay, this is the proper presenting of the topic. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to ask Pranavesh, sir, what are his views on this?
Deep, if I'm not wrong, once you shared one small story with me about you were about to give a training to some government people who really don't know to operate the button of the computer. Am I right? If I'm recollecting, when we are sitting in the cab, when we were driving from अंधेरी साकेना का कोई तो एक हम लोग रूम में गए थे और हम लोग वहां से निकल रहे थे. Vishaka Bagnani with us was with us, and you shared this story with us that government employees are those, as you really just mentioned, that there are few chunk of people who really don't know what to use, how to use technology. So there are people. So I will give you a right example right in front of my eyes. My mother and my father, they come from a background. So we were basically from below poverty line family. We came from that family here. But today, when my dad doesn't know how to use technology, my mom doesn't know how to use technology. They had a very basic phone, which was the keypad phone. They should just make calls. They should just receive calls. But today, when they received a smartphone, they got a smartphone today. Now she's absolutely in YouTube, absolutely in making recipe videos, making maybe n number of things. As Pradeep rightly shared that day, कि my mother को मैंने वो mic वाला thing मैंने सिखाया, तो ये सारी चीजें अभी they are using it a lot. They watch YouTube episodes, they watch YouTube series. My God, what not in the phone? But really, the transformation is what they need to be rightly educated. This is what responsible youth, as a responsible youth, we need to do it.
Yeah, so I'll tell you one thing which is fantastic, something similar to you said. My know how to read and write English. तो मैंने सिर्फ इतना बताया, YouTube में जाके वो माइक वाला बटन दबाओ और you speak and types and you can get it. And trust me, उस दिन के बाद से मेरी मॉम ने आइसक्रीम, केक, वो जो पाव आता है, हरी वगैरह सब कुछ बना के हमको खिलाया है. So you can understand how people, elderly people, and she's 60 plus by the way. So
wow.
Technology.
Wonderful. Okay, now coming back to the presentation, I could rather say yes. You were here. You really uplifted your performance. Really uplifted your performance. Okay, guys, my view is that way because I'm just watching on the TV screen. So I'm watching you guys on the bigger TV screen. So no worries on that. Okay. Now, you kept on raising the bar, and I like when people raise their bar. uplifting your performance is the key entire game. Is the entire game here. You are here, now you raise it to 0.1, now you raise it to 0.2, now you raise it to 0.3. Coming back to the presentation slides, you're all good. Ishan, you are absolutely amazing. Uh, as per the rate of speech and everything, you're good, pretty good compared to the last one. Now, how will you increase? There's an exercise called as the jaw exercise. The jaw exercise. Pradeep, if I'm not wrong, is this the correct exercise for reducing your rate of speech and stuff?
Actually, मैंने
Pradeep or
शेरिन से
Avni?
सीखा था, शेरिन से सीखा था, मुंह में पेंसिल डाल के you speak. I mean like this. How you speak? आपकी आवाज कट रही है प्रणवेश. Pranivesh, आवाज कट रही है. I'm not able to hear anything.
So that is the jaw exercise. ये देखो, rightly method he showed it. अगर पेंसिल नहीं डाल सकते हो तो पेंसिल का या पेन का जो पेंसिल या पेन का जो कैप होता है ना, ओके, आई एम सॉरी.
Pranavesh, आपकी आवाज कट रही है, but I think Avni can give more insights on these exercises. मैंने तो एक दो सीखा था, वो मैंने शेयर किया था.
Okay, sorry guys, I just went off. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah. So the jaw exercise may, if not pencil, you can even keep a cap of the pen. So pen का cap भी रखोगे अगर मुंह में, तो भी you can have a jaw exercise. That's how you reduce your rate of speech. So these might sound a little bit funny, but we came to this level by these funny exercises only. So first, we as trainers have learned these things, we have practiced these things, and now we are at the stage, at the level where we speak on open forums with so much of confidence, so much of clarity, so much of a good rate of speech and stuff like that. So never mind, you will be absolutely good if you keep on practicing these stuff. So don't worry about it, you will be absolutely good. Rohit, as usual, amazing. Hats off to your Hindi. I would rather say after this entire game over, I will surely come at your place for an hour session for almost 15 days or 30 days. Mentors, if you want to join, we can give you a discount as per L&D Global Mumbai for a Hindi session by Rohit Raj. So, discount is it? कुछ discount नहीं है. It is absolutely a markdown price पे रहेगा. So हम आपको 100 रुपए बोलेंगे पहले और बाद में 85 रुपीस करेंगे. Don't worry about it.
तो बहुत कुछ सीखना है सर आपसे.
Wonderful, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. हम भी आपसे सीखेंगे, आप भी हमसे सीखो. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. That is how it is. So we try and collaborate. Okay, good. Otherwise, the overall presentation, keep raising the bar. Anjali, as usual. Ronit, yes, a bit of improvement in your eye view, eye contact, the confidence level today. It's absolutely good, but keep raising the bar more.
Yes, that is.
Bit of a dovetailing part has to be practiced. So dovetailing is what I'm trying to say is the end part of the conclusion way. If you can conclude with the subject, proper objective. So that is what it is. You raise an objective, you conclude with the objective. Is what the flow is all about. So this presentation was really nice. But if you more dig up in the market research and stuff, you will be absolutely good today. So otherwise, all good. Thank you so much. That is my weakness.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your input.
Navesh, the point you shared about this, and the Pradeep also shared about the pencil part. So something interesting to add over here. Not only it would help them improve their speech, but also, it is used at beauty pageants. So I know a couple of coaches who have been training over there. So to help those beauty queens improve their smile, they tell them to put this pencil and then smile, and that's how they have a proper symmetrical smile. So it would be good for them, that part also.
So it might sound funny, while you put this pencil in your mouth, it might sound funny. कल को तुम बोलोगे, तुम मिरर के सामने खड़े रह के प्रेजेंट करना शुरू करोगे ना, तो तुम्हारे घर वाले बोलेंगे भाई बुखार तो नहीं आया ना तुम्हें, या कल को तुम अपने पेंसिल मुंह में डाल के रखोगे तो बोलेगा पागल तो नहीं हो गया, पेंसिल खाना शुरू कर दिया तुमने। ये सारी चीजें हमने हमारे लाइफ में कर दी है, हम लोग प्रैक्टिस कर चुके हैं ये सारी चीजें, और इतनी वाहियात चीजें कर दी है हमने हमारे लाइफ में, यू विल नेवर इवन थिंक ऑफ इट। बट उसमें से जो बेस्ट हमने प्रैक्टिस का बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस जिसको हम लोग लेकर आते हैं वो ये सारी चीजें। सो बी रेस्ट एश्योर्ड, इट माइट साउंड फनी but it will help you in the longer run. I will say you as a one story I would like to share. When I used to be in schools and colleges, I was the only guy in my entire class who used to ask n number of questions, n number of doubts. I used to be the one to nag behind my school teacher or maybe the college professors. इसके पीछे मेरे को इतनी सारी मतलब गालियां मिलती थी, नंबर वन, इतनी पीछे इसके पीछे मेरे को तो लिटरली मारते थे लोग कि जब प्रोफेसर का लेक्चर चालू है ना, लेक्चर खत्म होने दे और हम लोग को बाहर आने दे, तूने एक सवाल भी आगे से किया ना हम तेरे को इतना मारेंगे तो याद भी नहीं रख पाएगा ये। बट आई वॉज द वन वेरी वेरी एडमेंट स्टूडेंट, इफ आई वॉन्ट टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस आई विल श्योरली आस्क, एंड दोज वर, चलो इररिलेवेंट होने दो या रेलेवेंट होने दो, मेरा पॉइंट है मेरे को क्वेश्चन पूछना, मेरे लिए वो क्वेश्चन का आंसर चाहिए तो मैं पूछूंगा, भले उसके पीछे मुझे कितनी भी मार पड़े। बट आई विल टेल यू टुडे व्हेन आई एम हियर ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म, I rather say I was the brightest student and people now call me and say, Pranamish, you are the right person to ask such questions. Because in life, when we don't get the answers, we are provoked to ask questions now. And we don't get the answers successfully as per we think or as per we expect. So you are the right and the brightest student in the class. But I was a dumb in the class always, as always. So never mind. These funny things, these foolish things make you stand outside and stand unique in the society. Okay? Thank you. This was my big piece.
I, Salita, and
Shruti
sign off from the second episode of the Battle of Great Minds Season 2 by LND Global Mumbai and Connector.